Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and what a game that was. Merseyside derby. It certainly lived up to its hype, and at the end, Liverpool ended up winning 2-1 at Anfield. So let's go ahead and talk about it. It was the perfect way to start, the weekend's football, a proper rivalry, and you have to give credit to both of the teams. The way the game went, the both of them, really contributed as a neutral. I don't think I could be considered a neutral because I really wanted Everton to win because of the tighter rivalry. But still, I think it was such a really good game. The first half certainly I would say for the first 20 to 35 minutes belonged to Liverpool. They went ahead, quite early on, courtesy of an amazing goal from Grand back. It becomes 1-0. I think it was the 9th minute or 10th minute where Liverpool take the lead, and then they kept on going. I think this is quite interesting, with Liverpool this season, that they are really able to take the lead, and they did take the lead, and they continue to play good football. And then that pass from Garnback for Ekitike, to really set him up to score that goal. So it becomes 2-0, and I don't know what's the problem for Liverpool, and I think Arne Slot really needs to figure that out, because the moment they go 2-0 up, somewhere clicks in their mind, and they somehow they'll start losing control. And Everton, the moment they go behind 2-0, and I was thinking that maybe it could turn out to be a really bad day for Everton, because going 2-0 down inside 25-26 minutes, and you have such a long a way to go, and you are away at Anfield. It's a derby and whatnot, and Liverpool are playing so good, and I thought it was going to be a really tough day for Everton. But the way they came back, it's starting in at the end of the last 15-20 minutes of the first half. Everton really came back, and they're really starting playing their football, and they really started troubling Liverpool in the last stages of that first half. They were not really able to go ahead and score. They had a couple of chances. I think Njai came close one of the time, and I think Beto was the other one. I think Beto or Drewsy one, Drewsy Hall, one of them. They really came close to score that to score a goal, but they were not really able to break through. The second half comes in, and I think I'll be very honest, and it was completely Everton in that second half. They completely dominated that game. They overwhelmed, in my opinion, Liverpool, whether it was midfield or whether it was a wide play. Both Everton's wide players need to be, we mentioned. I think it was Enjoy on the right hand side, and Jack Grealish. I think for me, it was if this game ends in a draw, I would still say, even if he's on the losing team, I'd still say it's a matter of the match performance from Jack Grealish. How good he was on that left hand side, continuous battle with Conor Bradley. Both of them, I would say Bradley has had, despite I'm giving the man of the match to Jack Grealish, I still think Conor Bradley had a good game. So that shows how much of a good game both of them had, and how much how interesting it was to watch Everton's left hand side, because it was constant threat after threat after threat from Jack Grealish, creating the chances, making his moves. He did not let Conor Bradley for 1 second, and the goal came from Jack Grealish himself. It placed the ball across on that from that left hand side. On the right hand side, Enjoy again sets it up perfectly for a guy to score the goal. A beautiful goal from Everton, and it was like the 55th minute, 10 minutes into the second half, they scored the goal. And I so really thought, I went for a 2-2 prediction. That was my prediction. I said that it was going to end up in a draw. And Everton, they were just really not able to finish the game of that's the main problem. I think the difference in this game was Liverpool took their chances, and Everton, on the other hand, they were not really able to take their chances, and that's basically the difference. But if I'm looking at a performance perspective, Liverpool would be really happy. Arne Slot, with the way they started the game attacking wise, the way they played in the first 25 to 30 minutes, he would be really happy. They created chances. It was quite open, and they finish off their chances. That's the main important thing. And second half, I think the way he would look at it, this game is Everton threw the kitchen sink at Liverpool. They did everything they could, and everything in their power to score that second goal. But Alisson kept them at bay. Van Dijk, Konate, Karkas on that left hand side, Bradley on that right hand side. I think it was a really good defensive performance in that second half. I think they, unfortunately for Liverpool, I think they lost that midfield battle, and if not for, I would say, Bradley and Karkas. I think there were a lot of times, where Everton would have gone ahead and scored that second goal, because both of those white players had an amazing game. Slot would be look at it and he would be really happy. Another game, the only questionable thing for him would be like why it's happening that when I think Liverpool has some way somehow, the players just take a backseat and they get relaxed the moment they go 2-0 ahead, and they think that the other teams are not going to be able to come back from this, and I think it is still playing on the players' minds as well. So a Slot really needs to figure that one out. Moyes, on the other hand, I would say he would be really happy, even though they have lost the game, and it is a tough defeat to take, let's be very honest with you, because they have really deserved to something in that game. I would say our draw would have been a fair result, because I think both for me personally, I think Everton played better, more than Liverpool in that game, but they were just not really able to finish it off. They did not really have that final third ball. So Moyes is going to look at it and he's going to see the improvement that his team had and the way that they played. I mean, that second half, it was completely Everton. Liverpool had one or two counter-attacking chances. Apart from that, nothing. And another one person that I really need to give a shout out is James Tarkowski. I mean, the way he defended the last ditch tackles that he made, it was a great performance from the Evertonian captain. As I give credit to the Liverpool defense, you need to give credit to Everton's defense as well, even though they conceded 2 goals. But in that second half, I mean, he had 3 or 4 times where he made that crucial tackle to make sure that Liverpool don't score at the third. And Jack Grealish, again, you can praise his attacking prowess and whatnot, but his defensive duties as well, and that clearance from goal line as well, where it looked certainly that Konate was going to score that third goal from Sobasai's corner. Overall, I think it was a really good game of football. As I said, it's a perfect way to start, our weekend's football. Now we are going to have different football, different games, but it was like the perfect way to start the weekend's games. And as I said, it certainly lived up to its hype. It was feisty, it was entertaining, it was slick. It was an end-to-end stuff, and you had that the fire that you need sometimes in that rivalry. Van Dijk and Tarkowski having a go at each other, Grealish and Bradley having a go at each other. So you had all of that factor, and then you had such a beautiful game as well, which in the end Liverpool ended up winning. Everton, they would be a bit hard done by feeling that they should have gotten something out of it, but it is what it is. And Liverpool, fifth win in a row, they stand tall at the top of the table, 6 points ahead of Arsenal, and I think 9 points ahead of Manchester City. Their two biggest rivals, I would say, and both of them are going to play tomorrow. So at the moment, Liverpool, everything is looking good for them. In fact, it's looking great for them. They don't really have to worry about anything, and it's all hunky dory for Liverpool, and a great win for Liverpool in that game. So yeah, that is it for me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Everton's performance, what you guys thought of Liverpool's performance. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers as quickly as possible, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.